The platinums I'll be covering today will be from my 98th platinum all the way to my milestone 100th. Oh yes, number 100 is finally here. What a lot of you have been waiting for, and quite honestly, obviously, what I've been waiting for. Anyway, enough rambling and more platinum popping explaining. Just drop my beat. So the first game of platinum this time was Uncharted 4, my 98th platinum. It's an amazing game. In my opinion, it's the best in the series, and a great ending to Drake's story. But let me also say, it's one of the worst ones to platinum. There are so many tedious tasks, it's disgusting. Anyway, as usual, I unlocked most of the trophies when I first got the game, and also, as always, Past Faruski didn't upload any save files. So I had to complete the game again, as well as collect a fair amount of the treasures in order to unlock some of the weapons and the modifiers. Now, I've said it before, and I'll say it again, there are way too many collectibles in this game, even though some people disagree with this statement.
I think we do need some collectibles in the game, a minimum of 20.
Now, luckily I completed the game on Crushing back when I first played it, so I was able to start on Explorer. As I was going through the story, the first trophy I popped was the Ghost in the Cemetery trophy, which was annoying as hell because I had to go through a whole area full of enemies without being spotted and without killing anyone. Then after that I popped the Unstoppable trophy, which was to kill 100 enemies in a row without dying. When I reached chapter 10, I knocked down all 16 Karens. I have no idea how to pronounce these. I took a picture of Sully in chapter 11 for the Glamour Shot trophy, and then in chapter 12 I popped the Marco Polo Returns trophy. By the end of my first playthrough I realized I didn't achieve the 70% kill ratio, so I had to play the game an extra time. Again. Anyway, next I decided to speedrun the game for the Charted Speedrun trophy, which went fairly well. Of course, now I need to do another playthrough to reach my 70% kill ratio, all the other miscellaneous trophies, and the multiplayer ones. So first things first, I decided to get all the online trophies out of the way. So I jumped on multiplayer and popped the Continue the Adventure trophy. Then with the help from Kari from my Discord, you absolute legend, I popped the Get in the Game trophy and the Medic trophy. Finally, I finished off the multiplayer on my own by popping the Friends Forever trophy and the Trials by Fire trophy. By the way, multiplayer trophies aren't really hard to get in this game. You probably don't even need to boost with anyone, but the mode itself, it's absolute garbage. Just saying. Anyway, back to single player I went, where a new game was started. Again. And this time I had to make sure I hit 70% accuracy, as well as clean up the rest of the trophies, including the task to use all the weapons in the game. Once I reached chapter 7, I made sure I pulled 20 enemies off a ledge for the Cliffhanger trophy, which by the way is just replaying this encounter 20 times. Then I made sure I alternated in killing 10 enemies in a row with a weapon and with melee for the Leapfrog trophy. In chapter 8, I made sure I took 30 enemies down with vertical takedowns for the I Thought I Heard Something trophy. Again, it involved replaying this encounter over and over and over again. Straight after that, I defeated an enemy with stealth, then melee, another with a headshot, and the last one with an explosion in 15 seconds for the Run the Table trophy. This one was pretty tricky to get, I'm not gonna lie. In chapter 9, I made sure I solved the cross puzzle in less than 10 moves for the Trials and Tribulations trophy. Then in chapter 10, I made sure I got 20 headshots while hanging from a rope for the Hangman's Bullet trophy. Straight after that, I killed an enemy with a pistol, then a machine gun, and then a grenade within 15 seconds for the Rushing Roulette trophy, as well as killing 10 enemies in 60 seconds with a grenade launcher for the Defeat 10 in 60 China Lake GL trophy. Whilst doing this, I then popped the I Accidentally All the Guns trophy for using all the weapons in the game. You see how tedious all these tasks are? Then later on in the chapter, I defeated 5 armored enemies with melee for the Hitting a Brick Wall trophy. Once again, I just replayed this encounter over and over again. Wow, this is so much fun. Now around this point, I got really bored of checking the guide just in case I missed something, so I decided to just speed run through the rest of the game, making sure I had 70% accuracy to pop the Sharpshooter trophy. Now all I had left was just a few miscellaneous trophies that I could use chapter select for. First one to get was the Stage Fright trophy in chapter 11, which was to basically just stand still. Then it was off to chapter 13, where I didn't kill anyone until the end of chapter 14 for the Peaceful Resolution trophy. After that, I jumped to the Epilogue to beat the best score on Crash for the Best Score trophy. Then after that, I went to chapter 17 to drive away with a Jeep without killing any enemies to pop the Just Floor It trophy. I finally jumped to chapter 12 to find some dolphins and pop the On Porpoise trophy. And of course, the Platinum trophy with it. Finally! This felt like it took an eternity. Like I said in the beginning, I found this a very tedious trophy list just because of all the no kill runs, the speed runs, the stupid time kills. But the game as a whole is a masterpiece. It's definitely a must play. I'm not really entirely sure how long it took me because I used multiple save files, but I was playing this game on and off for about 2 weeks. I'm just glad it's over. The next game I attempted was FIFA 19. I'm pretty sure you can guess where this is going. Oh, I hope this was different from all the others, but sadly, it's not. Well, it might be. If I find someone in my region to boost a certain trophy, then maybe it will have a different outcome from the others. If you're that special person, please message me. Okay, so as always, when I first played the game back in 2018, I did a good chunk of the trophies. This time around, the first trophy I popped was From Rags to Riches, which was to complete a weekly objective in FIFA's Ultimate Team. I thought I'd get this one out of the way first, since in the last FIFA I played, it was a similar trophy that made it unobtainable for me. I then started to try and qualify for the weekend league, and so I popped the easy peasy trophy for playing my first match, which was easy enough. I eventually played 20 games while in Ultimate Team and popped the enthusiast trophy. The next were the placement matches in Ultimate Team Rivals for the just getting started trophy. And after winning my first Ultimate Team Rivals game, I popped the Remember the Name trophy. I'm not really sure why I popped this, to be honest, but I'll take it. I then eventually just had to keep playing the game and do the weekly challenges in order to get packs to improve my team because, you know, special packs aren't available anymore in this game, and the transfer market is quite honestly dead. So after long hours, days, weeks of playing FIFA 19, I finally popped the Making a Name for Yourself trophy for gathering 2,000 points for the weekend league that doesn't exist anymore. Now, regardless of what people tell you online, this trophy is still obtainable. Although the weekend league doesn't exist, all you have to do is just collect 2,000 points from playing Rivals, and you just have to register, and the trophy will pop for you. Next, I completed 10 squad building challenges for the team building trophy, and after that, I decided to do my online pro trophies. I jumped into pro clubs and won my first game with my pro with some help from Diego Soad 25596, I Have White Teeth, and Tomata89 to pop the rookie trophy. Thank you, legends. I hope I don't butcher any of your names. And straight after, I unlocked a full skill path for both the cultivating skills and the decision maker trophy. Finally, all I needed to do online was reach Division 4 in Ultimate Team Rivals. Now, I knew I would have to get good at the game, and I actually did get good at the game, but I've given up on this trophy. If I wanted to do this trophy legitimately, I would have to play weeks, if not months, of just FIFA in order to get more packs to improve my team, or alternatively, spend my real earned cash in order to buy packs. And as sure as hell, I'm not doing either of them. Which is why I asked for a boosting partner at the start. All I need is someone from my region, which will most likely be Europe, and we'll just need to make some alternate accounts, and then we can kind of boost this trophy in order to finally get the platinum. If I don't find someone for it, then this will be added to the graveyard. Now, you may be thinking, just play the game, but I refuse to. FIFA have no idea how to matchmake games. FIFA match my team of these players with teams of these players and these players, which obviously would result in these defeats. Now, I endured this for a fair few weeks, and keep in mind, I was playing this game daily. It was all I had time to play. But after countless games of losing, not because I wasn't good enough, but just because my team wasn't good enough to match up with these other teams, I've given up. I just cannot be bothered to invest any more time in this game. I'm done. If I ever buy another FIFA, which I probably will, I mean, I love football, it's inevitable. I will eventually buy another FIFA, but I'll just have to invest a lot of time in the beginning when the game is released and just build a decent team, get all my online trophies out of the way, and then, you know, I can do all the other ones whenever I choose to. So of course, if anybody wants to boost me, let me know down below, or else this game will be added to the graveyard. Next up is Rayman Legends. Now this is a grind fest of a game and a half. I'm gonna say this multiple times now, don't take the word grind lightly. I originally got this game because my wife wanted to play a fun, simple game that we could play together. So Rayman was the choice. And boy, did we have a blast. It's a beautiful game, very colorful. Loading screens are pretty much non-existent, and it's super fun, even for people like my wife that don't usually play games. Of course, like any platforming games, there are some challenging levels, but they're still fun nonetheless. I gave up back in 2016 because of the awesomeness level grind. Again, the word grind is not to be taken lightly. Back then, as you know, because I've said it multiple times, I wasn't the type to upload my save files, so when I got this game this time round, I had to start a new game. Again, first thing I did on my return were the multiplayer trophies, with a little help from these legends. Skunksman, Maestro Soren, and Pig Yoink Oink 312. They made sure they got a low score in the challenges so that I could beat it 30 times for the competitor trophy. I then did the rest of the trophies I didn't do on my first time round, as well as finish the game. Just getting 100% on this game isn't easy at all. You have to catch all the tinsies, make sure you get a certain amount of loomies, you know, the purple golden things. to get the gold cup at the end of every level, scratch every lucky ticket, and collect every creature. Even though I had to do all of this, I still stand by what I say. This game is still a ton of fun. I'm gonna go as far to say, as in my opinion, this is the most refined Ubisoft game. I don't even think I've had a bug in this game. Now, at the same time I was doing all this, I was also making sure I did all the weekly and daily challenges as soon as they were available as well. Although with some of them, I was settling for bronze, which I really shouldn't have. After everything else was done in the game, all I had left was to get 1 million loomies and to reach the maximum level of awesomeness. And this is where the grind really came in. Now, I wouldn't worry too much about the 1 million loomies. It does sound like a lot. I mean, it is a lot, but whilst you're doing the daily and weekly challenges, you will get more than enough loomies to go way past 1 million. Personally, I popped the So Rich trophy back in September, which also unlocks the final hero, which is, you know, a naked Rayman, which is the skin that I use. And then of course the final trophy I popped was a truly awesome trophy for reaching the maximum level of awesomeness, and of course the platinum trophy with it. So all in all, this trophy took me 4 months to get. And I'll say it once again, do not take the word grind lightly with this game. Now keep in mind it might take less time for you guys to get this platinum than I did. Like I said, I settled with a lot of them with bronze. It also depends on how good you are with the challenges. Personally, I'd recommend you guys get gold in every single challenge that you can. But if you can, if it's too hard for you, then settle for no less than silver. Getting bronze is an absolute waste of time because it only gives you 1 point. And from bronze to silver, it's not usually that much of a big gap to get. But even with this method, it will probably take you around 3 months to get this platinum. On a final note, I have to say the music levels are absolutely epic. They are so much fun, and I think they were probably my favorite levels to do. You can't beat a bit of music matching your every move. It's just too satisfying. And now we've reached the 4th and final game of today's video. No doubt a number and a game you guys have all been waiting for, including me. Devil May Cry 5 is platinum number 100. My God, do I have a lot to say about this game, which I will do in another video. So be sure to subscribe so you get notified when that video will go live. I'm sorry, I hate to do this, but there is way too much I have to say about Devil May Cry 5 to be able to fit it all into a small section of this video. Devil May Cry 5 deserves a video of its own, if not a couple of videos of its own. I will say though that up to this point, it is the hardest game I have ever platinumed. This game is seriously no joke when it comes to difficulty. I'll finish off by saying that I've played this game on and off since 2019. So this game took me over 2 years to platinum, but boy was it worth it.